Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about the visual tract. This is actually a nursing school topic, but I really didn't have a chance to understand that why I was in nursing school, and it got deeper into anesthesia school. Why I'm saying the importance, thus I decided to make a video about it. So this is going to be an oversimplified video about the visual tract. And in order to understand the visual tract, we need to have three main principles in our mind. First thing is that the images are seen upside down. And when we get to it, I'm going to tell you why and how this applies to the visual tract. The second thing we need to keep in mind is that the lateral image, so the image from the lateral side of the eye, like the temporal side, is carried by the medial fibers, and those medial fibers are the one crossing at the optic chiasm, while the medial image, so the image more so nasally, are going to be carried by the lateral fibers, and those fibers do not cross at the optic chiasm. So these are the main three principles that we need to keep in mind in order to understand this oversimplified visual tract. So let me go ahead and draw a diagram. So here, this is going to be my left eye, and here my right eye. And this is like the visual tract, and here we have the optic chiasm. And here we have the occiput. This is the visual center where all this visual information are getting processed. Here, this is called the lateral geniculate. The lateral geniculate is actually located in the thalamus. The thalamus is the relay center for all sensory information but smell. And here we have the nerve bundle. So very oversimplified, just that we know how this works. So first principle, we said the image just as seen upside down. We're gonna get there. Second principle, the lateral side of the eye is carried by the medial fibers. So if this is nasal and temporal, lateral, nasal and temporal. So the lateral side, the temporal, is going to be carried by the medial fibers, and these fibers cross at the optic chiasm here. Same thing here. The lateral image carried by the medial, and these are the ones that cross right here. And now the second principle, we said the nasal image. So if we shine a light nasally, they're going to be carried by the lateral fibers, and those fibers do not cross. So let's put that in application here. They do not cross at the optic chiasm. They go straight down. Actually, I'm going to put this in green. So here, fiber that do not cross in green. All right, and this is it. This is all about it. Now let's put some of this into application. let's say we have a lesion right here, before even we got to the optic chiasm. So this is going to be our left eye, and this is going to be our right eye. So what is here is going to be the fibers. This right here where we have the lesion here is only the fiber coming now from the left eye. The lesion is right here. We haven't even gotten to the optic chiasm. So the whole left eye is going to be losing the visual acuity. So the whole eye, while the right eye is going to be preserved. So this is going to give us a left enopia. So complete vision loss on the left side of the eye. Now let's say we have a lesion down here at the optic chiasm. This is where we have a lesion. So let's say optic chiasm here, the lesion happened there. So what happened? Left eye, right eye. We just need to follow our fibers. So what are the fibers that causes the optic chiasm? Those fibers are the medial fibers. And what vision are they carrying? They're carrying the lateral vision. So if we look into the left side, we're following here. So the left temple is going to lose the visual acuity, while the nasal part is preserved because the nasal part does not cross at the optic chiasm and it goes straight down. So when we go back to the right, we follow the track here, and we see that we're losing on the temporal side of the right eye, right here. And the nasal part of the right eye does not lose its visual acuity because it does not go up to the optic chiasm to cross. So it goes straight down. So here is preserved. So this is what we're going to have if we have a lesion at the optic chiasm. And we're going to call this, because both temporal sides are affected, it's going to be a bitemporal heminopia. Both temporal are losing the visual acuity. Now, let's say we have a tumor right here. Let's say we have a pituitary tumor. Pituitary tumor is going to compress the lower part of the optic chiasm, because the optic chiasm sits kind of on top, and then you have the third ventricle, and then you have the thalamus, and then you have the pituitary gland. So if you have a pituitary tumor, it's going to compress here the lower part of the optic chiasm. So here, let's say we have a tumor. At the beginning, when the tumor is still growing, so initially, we're going to have, let me draw it here, right eye, left. We're going to have ultimately the same lesion as the optic chiasm, because these are the same fibers that are going to be affected, but the temporal side are going to be only the superior part of the temporal side. Remember, the vision is seen upside down. So if you have something compressing down on the optic chiasm, you're losing your upper vision on those fibers first. So initially you get this, and ultimately after complete compression of the optic chiasm, this is where you get the bitemporal heminopia. So because this happened temporal side and it's happened on the upper part, so we're going to call this a superior superior quadranopia. So because it's only the superior part of the vision that you're losing, right? Now, let's say we have a lesion here on our nerve tract bundles right here. So let's draw again. So this is the left eye, the right eye. So the only thing we're doing is just to follow the fiber. So the green fiber is affected. So this is the nasal part that does not cross. So on our left eye, the nasal part is going to be affected. So we're losing vision here. And this lesion, the red side, carry the information from the temporal side. So on the right eye, we're losing the temporal, and this is preserved. So here, we're losing the vision on the nasal part of the left eye, here, nasal part of the left eye, and temporal side of the right eye. And because the lesion kind of look to the right, like this, so it's gonna be a right, because it's just side of the eye, right heminopia. So you're gonna end up with a right heminopia. And this is like the basic of the visual tract. I did not go into all the details, just to make sure that the basic are understood. If you like this video, please subscribe and share, and I will see you on the next one. Stay tuned.